Hello, in this video, I'll be talking about the RecyclerView for Android. The RecyclerView is a view that we can swipe vertically or horizontally across the screen to slide through multiple views and data. Unlike the ListView, the RecyclerView is meant to display large amount of data. This is because in a ListView, if there are 50 items that you want to display, all 50 items must be ready from the start. In a RecyclerView, the system will only display the necessary amount of views that it needs to fill the screen. Then as you swipe, it will recycle the views and repopulate the data in each view that is visible. For the recycler view, there are three main components that you need. You need the recycler view, a layout for the placeholder views, and an adapter to filter the data that is coming in. To begin, go to the app level build Gradle file and implement the recycler view. For the latest version, visit the Android developer website. Go into an XML layout file and add the recycler view. In the palette, search for recycler view and drag the view into the layout. I'm using the constraint layout, so I need to add the constraints. If you're using any other layout, make sure to set the width and height for the recycler view so it will be visible. Lastly, give the view an ID. The next step is to go into the class file that's using the layout, and then create a variable reference for the recycler view. Then create the adapter. Define a new class definition, and have it extend the adapter class from recycler view. There are two parts to the adapter: the adapter itself, which is used to accept the data, and the view holder. The view holder represents the individual view for the recycler view. When the adapter takes in the data, it will pass it into the view holder, and the view holder will filter the data and place them in the correct place for the view. We can ignore the error for now. There is an error because we have to put in the view holder class inside the angle brackets, which we have not defined yet. To create the view holder class, define a new class definition and have it extend view holder from recycler view. Then hover over and click on the class definition. Click on the red light bulb icon and select the Create Constructor Matching Super option. This will create the constructor that we need to finish the view holder class. Once the basic view holder is completed, we can place it inside the angle brackets of the adapter. Hover over and click on the adapter class definition. Click on the red light bulb icon and select Implement Methods. The onCreateViewHolder method is used to create the individual views for the recycler view. The onBindViewHolder method is used to link the data with the view of the view holder, so it will place the data in the correct place. And the getItemCount method represents how many items there are. Next, create the XML layout file for the view holder. Select the Android option from the drop-down menu. Right-click on the res folder and go to New, Android Resource File. Give the file a name and select Layout for the resource type. This layout file will represent the individual views for the view holder. Swap into the code view and change the layout to linear. And then set the orientation to vertical. Swap back into the design view and add 2 text views. Call the first text view title and set the font size to 18 SP so it will be larger than the other one. Then call the second one view subtitle. Lastly, set the height of the linear layout to wrap the content. Define a class for our data. Right-click on the project directory and go to New Java Class or Kotlin file if you're using Kotlin. Name it News Article. For this class, we will have 2 string variables, title and subtitle. Right-click on the open area inside the class. Then go to Generate, Getter and Setter, and then select the 2 variables. Hold Shift and then left-click on the last variable. Lastly, right-click on the open area again and go to Generate, Constructor, and select the 2 variables again. Go back to the class file where you have your adapter. Define a list for the data class and populate it with some items. In the onCreateViewHolder method of the adapter, we want to return a new viewholder object. Pass in the layout file that was created for the viewholder. Call layout_inflator dot from and pass in the context from the parent object. Then call the inflate method. Pass in the ID for the layout file, then the view group, and false for the last argument. We put false because the view will get attached to the root automatically. In the getItemCount method, return the size of the list with our data. In the viewholder class, declare a reference for the 2 text views in the viewholder layout. Then create a method called link. For the parameter, it will take in the news article object. Inside the method, set the title text view to the value of the title variable in the news article object. Then do the same for the subtitle. In the onBindViewHolder method, call the link method and pass in the news article object from the list using the position argument. Then add the adapter to the RecyclerView. Call the setAdapter method and pass in the adapter. Lastly, set the layout that you want to use by calling the setLayoutManager method. With this method, we can set how we want to arrange the items inside. We can use a linear layout manager, a grid layout manager, or stagger grid layout manager. The Linear Layout Manager arranges the item in a single stream horizontally or vertically across the screen. The Grid Layout Manager arranges the items in a grid-like fashion. The Staggered Grid Layout Manager is similar to the grid layout, but each item in the grid has their own width and height. For this video, I'll be using the Linear Layout Manager to display the items in a single row. To change the orientation to horizontal, we can call the Set Orientation method from the Linear Layout Manager and set it to horizontal. That's all for the RecyclerView. If you find this video helpful, please give this video a like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. If you have questions, leave a comment in the comment section. See you in the next video.